It's Red Brain right here on your Classic Metal Show with Chains from their EP, which will be available very soon. And we had our friend Sammy Lee on the show earlier tonight to promote the new disc, and we'll keep you informed as soon as you can get your hands on it. But good stuff.
Very good stuff, man.
Yep. All right, Chris, I'm sure you're well aware. We are a nation of pussies now.
So I've heard.
Yes, we are quickly becoming a nation of pussified people, or males mostly.
Yeah, well, I don't want to say all of us, but the new generation definitely is. Oof.
And I'm going to attribute this. This is just my personal observation.
Okay.
And I've said this before on the show, and I'm convinced of it.
All right.
That due to broken families and mothers raising their sons, these boys have no male role model to enforce their masculinity.
Okay.
So they're very effeminate, which is why I think there's a larger gay population than ever.
You think?
That's my opinion. I don't know that as fact. I'm just saying that's my opinion.
So you think that, so it's your thought that lack of dads attracts men to cock?
I do.
Okay. Fair enough.
I think that the influence of a female role model causes boys to have effeminate desires or features.
Including cock.
Well, the thing is that they look at females in a very in a role situation. And again, this is my opinion. This is not fact. This is just my observation.
Right.
That they are passive.
Okay.
Very passive.
Fair enough. I mean, but what about the guys that are like 20 years ago gay? Most of them?
I said growing. I didn't say all. I said growing.
But what made the fags be fags 20 years ago?
Well, I don't know. I often have seen that a lot of it has to do with abuse.
Okay.
As a youngster.
Yeah.
Being abused by their fathers. So it's sort of a double-edged sword. Without the fathers, they become fags, and with abusive fathers, they become fags.
Do you think some of them just are grossed out by puss?
I don't think it's a matter of being grossed out. I think it has to do with early influences.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think some of them are grossed out by pussy.
I'm not a psychologist. I have no fact to back this up. This is just goes from my years of observation.
Okay.
So
Fair.
I'm just giving you my opinion. You can call me a homophobe, or you can call me, a bigot, or whatever you want to call me. But this is just based on what I've observed over my 52 years on this earth.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, anyway, a university is investigating a professor for encouraging debate.
On?
Well, let's get into this.
Okay.
The University of Northern Colorado investigated a professor for encouraging debate in the classroom after a student complained. The university has a bias response team.
They have a bias response team.
Yes, they have a special team that they've assembled.
If somebody has a bias against
something, whatever it is.
Oh, my God.
Which dispatches a team of school employees to investigate topics of classroom discussion or other incidences like bathroom graffiti that may have, here's the key term right here.
Okay.
Triggered or made someone feel excluded. Triggered. That's the new buzzword. I'm sure you've heard it, seen it, written somewhere. Triggered.
Okay.
or feel. I feel my feelings were hurt. So we're a nation of pussies that basically are governed not by rational or common sense anymore. It's how I feel about things.
When you were in high school,
yes.
If you'd have gone to somebody and somebody was calling you a fucking faggot, if you were in the hallway or something, did you ever get called a name?
Of course, absolutely. It happened all the time.
Because you had long hair or what?
Well, because
what was Neeley bullied for?
Well, when I was in high school or junior high school, not so much high school, but junior high school, I was a little pudgy.
Okay.
So I was called fat or chubby.
Or fat ass or whatever.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. If you would have turned to the kid that called you fat ass and said, hey, that makes me feel bad.
Yes.
That doesn't make me feel like I'm equal.
Right.
What would have happened to you?
You would get your ass beat.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
We had to fucking deal. And that's the way it should be now. Yeah. I don't even look at that as bad. Do you?
No, that's just a lesson in life. That life is not fair.
The moral of the game was that you did your best to
cope.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cope and do your own thing at the same time.
Exactly.
You and that's one of the fundamental changes now is that now they want everybody to fucking kiss each other's ass and kumbaya up and down the street. And they don't want anybody to be different.
Sure.
Can't treat anybody different.
Nope.
Nobody can be different. You can dress how you want. You can fucking suck cock if you're a guy or eat puss if you're a girl or fucking pretend you're a girl if you're a guy and call yourself a transgender and all this bullshit. And you're not supposed to adapt. You're not supposed to say anything to that.
Nope.
Because it's supposed to be one big assimilation.
That's it.
And what it's going to end up causing is that generation is going to be so fucked. Because you're going to have no individuals. You're going to have no art. You're going to have no music. You're going to have no...
Well, that's the whole thing. That's we don't want individuals. According to the master plan, we don't want people to be leaders. We want everyone to be followers.
Right, except for the super elite.
Exactly.
Except for the super elite.
No one will challenge you. No one will go up against you. There's only a certain few people who are the leaders, and everybody just needs to go lockstep with that.
Right. Sure. It's like being in the military.
More or less.
Yep.
You might as well be a brown shirt in Hitler's army. Mm-hmm. That's it. Don't question. Don't ask questions. Don't challenge.
Yeah.
Just do what you're told and shut up.
Yep.
And that's it.
Pathetic.
One such investigation was prompted by a classroom discussion of an article published in The Atlantic entitled "The Coddling of the American Mind," which is about college students' diminishing capacity to entertain more than one side of a debate due to the rise of microaggressions and trigger warnings on campuses.
Ugh. So fucking pathetic.
Microaggressions.
So does that mean that our show would not be allowed to be?
No, of course not. Of course not.
So do you think somebody could get suspended for listening?
Absolutely.
Bad.
You are listening to that horrible show with those two terrible guys that are offensive.
Those two shamers.
You cannot play that in the dormitory, the dorm or the dormitory or the campus.
In fact, don't even play it in your headphones because somebody might hear it.
Right.
Yeah, pal.
Yeah. The professor then selected several controversial topics of discussion, including transgender issues and abortion, among others, and instructed his students to debate both sides of each topic. Now, see here, and I'm going to talk about this from my perspective. Okay,
go ahead.
When did Roe versus Wade get passed? 1972.
In the early 70s.
It was 72, right?
I think so.
We're talking 44 years. 44 years. Why is this even a discussion anymore? 44 years has passed. This has been the law of the land.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own moral opinion about it. Why does this have to be part of the discussion when electing a president every 4 years?
Because it gets votes.
Why? Because
people still care about it. People feel the Christian people feel like they're getting fucked on the deal.
But the thing is you're going to vote for a president based on their viewpoint on abortion?
Me personally, no. But
no.
Dude, it's all a fucking chess game.
I agree.
It's every little issue is nothing more than a fucking pawn on the chessboard. Every little thing, fucking abortion, gay rights, $15 wage. All this shit is just little pawns on the fucking board. And if you move enough pawns, then you win.
Well, the $15 an hour wage is somewhat new.
Yeah, that's fairly new. But I'm saying it's just that's the thing is with the abortion is that it falls under the fucking religious umbrella.
Yeah, I get it. But the thing is if you're a religious person, okay, the chances of you deciding that you want an abortion, I'm going to use a term here, it's infinitesimal. The chances of that happening is very slim.
Okay.
For you to impose your ideology, your belief system on other people to say, you know what, abortion in my mind is wrong.
Well, dude,
you shouldn't be allowed to do that.
I get where you're going, but you're totally ignoring history, all history. As long as there's been the ability to complain, anything that doesn't follow a religious principle on whatever religion you're talking about is an issue, and it never goes away.
Sure.
Same with this fucking Muslim bullshit. This is not new. This fucking killing the infidels is not new. It's only new because it's here.
Yeah, I agree.
It's been going on for fucking thousands of years.
Yeah, it's affecting us now, so now it's a topic.
Yeah, now it's a topic here, but it's not a new book. It's not like the Quran is some brand new book that just got written 6 weeks ago.
True.
It's been this way for fucking however long the Quran has been out there.
I agree.
And the same with religion. With Christianity. I mean, not religion. They're all fucking dumb religions, but Christianity is the same fucking way. If you say anything against the Christianity thing, it's an issue. Why is this gay rights thing? Who cares who fucks who? If let's just say you're a hardcore Catholic. You go to church every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. The hardest of the hardcore, right? If some guy is going to fuck some other guy, it ain't affecting you.
Well, see, I think the issue behind that is if there's special laws created for these people, therein lies the problem.
What is the special law that they're allowed to take care of their loved one if they're sick?
Well, how about gay marriage?
How is that a special law?
Well, because gay marriage traditionally is between opposite sex.
Okay, you're a guy and you're going to marry a chick, but 3 months before you're going to marry her, your dick gets cut off in some weird accident. Are you now not able to marry?
No, that doesn't mean you're no longer a male.
Might as well.
Sexually, you may not be able to perform as a male, but that doesn't make your DNA change.
Okay, but what does DNA matter? When's the last time you looked at your blood to say how you're going to act?
Well, and this goes back to the whole transgender thing. It's just like you cannot become a woman just because you cut off your dick and this and that. Your chromosomes say this is a male. So you're a male or female or whichever the way you go. But just because your appendage got cut off in an accident, that doesn't make you less of a male.
See, I agree. I agree with that part of it, but I also think, and this is where I definitely, for all the people that always say I'm this hard right guy, this is where I fall way off the fucking right track. I personally cannot fathom that marriage means dick. First of all, no one sticks to it. It's fucking, 65, 70% fail now?
That's true.
So it doesn't mean dick. To try and play this fucking, good Christian thing anymore, it's a 70% fail. So it doesn't mean dick. That's the first thing. Second of all, why not just eliminate marriage altogether and have fucking civil union no matter who you're with?
I agree with that.
Get rid of marriage. It doesn't matter if you're husband and wife or husband and husband or fucking Joe and Bob or Bill and Steve. Who the fuck cares? Get a civil union so that you can have the fucking basic shit that everybody wants. Healthcare that's shared, fucking rights of death, ability to pull a plug and that kind of shit. What else do you need? Why does it? What else is everybody upset about? A fucking wedding cake? Fucking ring?
Well, I think what it is that some people are put off by people who blatantly flaunt their sexuality in your face.
Okay, like every movie from the 1990 whatever back didn't flaunt heterosexuality.
Well, that's because that was the norm.
Okay.
But the thing is, it's just like, I mentioned this on the show a few weeks ago when I was talking about being in Hollywood for the premiere of the Inside Metal.
Yeah.
Now, when we went out late, Bob Nalbandian, myself, we went out late with some friends, went to breakfast.
Yeah.
We were served by some gay waiters. I mean, they were clearly gay.
Swishy gay.
That's what I said.
Right.
So, but the thing is you and I, as heterosexual men, we don't go around putting on some kind of macho persona in order to say, I'm a macho hetero man.
Right.
But on the flip side of the coin, some, not all, some gays want to just flaunt that whole thing in your face. Like, look, I'm gay. Look, recognize me as gay. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm saying some people, me personally, I just look at that and just shrug my shoulders and go, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah.
Other people go, why do they have to flaunt that in my face? Why do they have to just make it a purposeful move to say, recognize me, I'm gay?
But see, if everybody would just take the stance of who gives a fuck, if somebody flaunts that in your face, that's when you just got to be like, who gives a fuck? I
agree with that. I completely agree with that. But there are some people who can't deal.
So we're playing, but I'm going somewhere with this. Exactly what you just said plays into the beginning of this story. By playing into, I can't deal with some new social norm. Mm-hmm. Basically the exact same thing as fucking coddling everybody.
I agree.
Fuck you if you can't deal. The answer, truth be told, the answer is when you're out at that fucking place out there in L.A. and, Steve that thinks he should be Stephanie is fucking serving you eggs. The answer is tough shit, Neeley. Stephanie here is going to serve you your fucking eggs. Deal with it.
Right.
Not bitching about this faggot and not fucking making a big deal about it. It's like, fuck you, just get my food. There's no reason. This is where everybody loses it. There's no reason to do anything more than what you are legally responsible for. You can't tell a fag you're not hiring him because he's a fag.
Right.
You can't do that. But that being said, you don't ever have to be like, well, I accept your faggotness.
That's true, too.
You don't have to do it. You don't have to be nice.
Is that a word, your faggotness?
Well, it's a new word. It's getting ready to go in the dictionary. Faggotness.
Nice.
But you know what I mean? If people would have a little bit more balls to just say, I'm not going to accept it in my world. You can do it, but tough shit. In the old days, what we used to call that was shunning people.
Right.
When people acted like fucking idiots, you just shunned them.
Exactly.
You didn't fight them. You didn't try to convert them. You didn't do. This could be a difference. We had gay guys, a couple, in my high school. Did you have any gay guys in your high school?
If we did, it wasn't known. I can't. I'm thinking back, and as far as I can remember, I don't recall anybody even be considered gay.
Well, we had one or two. And you know what we did? We didn't spend time with them.
Right.
If we were in class with them, yeah, we did our fucking science project together. If that's what we had to do. But then it wasn't like, hey, let's go fucking ride bikes or build a fort or whatever. It was like, okay, sweetheart, I'm out of here.
Right.
Bye. Thanks for helping me build the volcano. And that was it.
Sure.
You did what you had to do because of your responsibility to be fucking right. But then everything else was like, fuck you. It's the same thing with the racial shit. More and more you see more of this racial shit about white guys should feel bad, white guys should this, white guy, you see the black community going all that route.
Of course.
Well, in my head, all I see is that the black guys want segregation. I got news for them. Ain't nobody on the white side going to fucking stop it.
Exactly.
Ain't nobody. There's nobody's going to be like, wait a minute, we can't segregate. If the black community was to come out, if Al Sharpton was to come out and say, here it is, black community, we don't want to be around white people anymore. Everybody, you would have no argument. You would not have some big uprising of people saying, wait a minute, we can't not segregate. You'd have politicians saying that, but you would not have regular people saying
You're right about that.
But the point is that that's not what people want. In today's society where everybody's so fucking weak, they're just looking for reasons to bitch.
I agree.
Nobody is actually trying to solve a goddamn thing.
Well, that's what the story is about.
All right.
The assignment was apparently too much for one student to handle as they filed an incident report to the bias response team, which then launched an investigation into the professor. Ugh. Heat Street, which obtained redacted copies of the bias response team's note by way of the Freedom of Information Act request. Mm-hmm. Specifically, there were two topics of debate that triggered that these new terms. Anybody who invents these terms, they should die in a fire.
Hey, that's offensive.
I know.
Scotty, break his jaw.
Yeah, triggered. It triggered them and personally felt like an attack on their identity. GodHatesFags.com. Is this harmful? Is this acceptable? Is this Christianity? And gay marriage, should it be legal? Is homosexuality immoral, as a Christian suggests? The student, whose name is redacted and who is referred to as they in the report, complained that the other students are required to watch the in-class debate and hear both arguments presented. I do not believe that students should be required to listen to their own rights and personalhood debated, the student wrote. This professor should be removed from these topics, from the list of debate topics, debating the personhood. I never heard of that term, personhood.
How about this? Maybe I'm an idiot here. I probably am. When did the student take the power over the fucking teacher?
Because they're the ones who are butthurt. So anybody who gets butthurt these days, they're the ones in power.
I guess.
Debating the personhood of an entire minority demographic should not be a classroom exercise, as the classroom should not be actively hostile space for people with underprivileged identities.
Right.
Underprivileged.
Yeah.
The professor was told by the bias response team to stop expressing his own opinion on issues that the article dealt with, particularly transgender issues. UNC's bias response team has been pretty busy this year. Last year, the team hung nearly 700 posters around the campus warning students from using offensive terms like crazy, illegal immigrant, and hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
What's wrong with hey guys?
Because it's gender specific.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
How many years do you think you're going to live in jail? I honestly, what year do you think that you finally get put in jail?
I don't know the answer.
Because it's going to happen.
You're just going to snap and go, you know what? Fuck you, people! Bam, 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 bam.
I don't even think it's going to be that. I'm telling you. You and I are going to get yanked into court and they're going to play our own fucking audio back and say, okay, 10 years.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Because you've offended somebody.
Yeah. Guaranteed. It's going to happen. How many years from now will that happen?
5.
Think 5?
5 years.
I'll almost be gone. It's all good. I could do a year or two.
Sure.